Gold had a really strong bullish move today in the Frankfurt and the London Open. Caught a few of those long trades. When price is moving in your favor and it's moving in a way that complements your trading strategy, you really want to lean into that and take advantage of that, because sometimes you have days that don't really work for your strategy. Those days are more about just mitigating risk and staying afloat. But when it's really working in your favor, you can see the setups and you can see the clear direction, it's good to step on the pedal and take advantage of those. So that was today, up 439, just closed out the last trade and locked myself out. It was a good week overall, 68 on Tuesday, Wednesday 228. Thursday, I was in a bit of a drawdown, $49 loss for the day, which was good. I was down about 300 or 400. That was the drawdown on that day. Traded my way back out of that. And then today, we had a nice, strong bullish direction, and I just kept taking advantage of that for some nice trades. So stick around, I'll show you some live trades. There's a losing trade in there as well, and you'll be able to see just how to take advantage of a trending move. All right, so I'm in a long here. We've been trending up this whole session. Caught a few good longs, up 240 for the session so far. When it's pushing like this and it's quite bullish, this is when you really want to lean on your strategy and try and get as much out of it as you can. So I've caught a few longs, caught this breakout here now, and then we've got a nice try back up into this range and this bullish outside bar. So I've got in long again here, and I'm just looking for, again, just this high to break. I'm just going to continue to follow price up. We had some high volume come in on this small bar here. You can see this high volume spike as we came back into these lows. So that tells me there's a bit of absorption going on. Then we also had this sort of indecision, slight little pop through. So I just added an extra 2 lots there. This corresponds with this high volume here as well as we push down. So there seems to be a little bit of absorption happening at these lows. All right, so London's just opened, and we'll see if we get a nice little flush higher. Once we break this high, then I'll look to get my stop probably at break even at this point, and just follow price up. At this point, I'm probably going to get behind the bottom edge of this volume profile just to keep my risk down a little bit. But I'm now expecting to see this high flush, this high, and basically the continuation of this upside move. If we push up above this high and I see some volume print up above this high, then I'll probably take 2 off. All right, so we're getting up there. I'm going to get my stop to break even, and
order filled.
I took 2 off. I'm going to trail this up a bit higher now. I'm going to get behind this volume, probably going to continue to trail. I might take 1 more off as we...
Order filled.
Okay, I took 1 more off there. I'm just going to keep my stop behind this volume, and then we'll see if we can just get a pop up through that high. It's looking good. I'm probably going to follow price up here with my stop. I'm just looking for some volume, little volume nodes on the right to print, so I can get my stop behind it. If we don't get that, then I'll just trail behind the low. So we're getting a bit of a shove here. Hopefully we can just bust this high. Stop will be behind this bar now, and hopefully, all right, that's fine. So stopped out. So I'm trying another long here, staying with the long idea, basically testing this demand, pop down. So at this point, I'm going to get below this low, and I'm also going to scale out of this one as well, because we just don't know how far these pushes are going to go up. But this is looking good. Hopefully we can get another quick little push up, and I can scale some more out of this. Okay.
Order filled. Order filled.
Oh, okay, I took it all off there. Didn't realize. I thought I had some left. Another quick pop. I would have liked to have left something on there. I didn't realize I took it all off. Just continue to play this idea out. I'm just going to target below the 43.30. Alright, so I'm just going to stay behind the bar, get as much risk off as I can that makes sense, and we'll see if we want to continue up.
Order filled.
All right, so stopped out there, took a loss on that. Just didn't want to miss out on this continuation. We had a nice little drop. It's been extremely strong because we might just literally turn and rally from this point. Once we're running out of steam, you can kind of get a feel for price action and what's happening. We can see the volumes dropping off quite a bit here. We've basically got all this area is quite high volume, quite high activity, and then now we're just kind of stalling out. So hopefully we can pick up. If we break through this untested high, we'll be back above this volume here. So at that point, if we break above this untested high, then I'll get my stop to under this low and use this volume as protection. because once we're back up into here, we're going to challenge a low, and there's no sense in waiting for a pull all the way back down. And then once we challenge this high, that's when I'll look to get to break even. But it's very much going sideways. The volume's died quite a bit. Give it too much room to come all the way back down now. At this point here, I'm going to get my stop under the low because it doesn't make sense to wait for it now to come all the way back down and test. Given we're back up above this volume area, I would be expecting this to now hold as protection for my trade. So this whole volume area here. We're back above that, pushing back up in to challenge the highs, so I'll be looking for that to hold. Once we break this high, I'll probably reduce my risk a little more. Looks like we might be going to do it. So I'm going to pull my risk up a little bit more. We'll just see if this high volume area can hold and we can get a final break of this high. I've decided to move my target to just the top of this high. Volume is really dying out. Price is really just starting to meander. We're not really getting that aggressive pushing, flushing higher like we've seen throughout this earlier part of the session. So I'm not really in love with the continued strong move up. We've moved up quite a lot as well. So you know, there could be some sellers coming in soon. So I don't really want to mess with it too much. I think it's good for a test of this high. So realistically, I'm looking for it just to sweep this high at this point. I don't really want to give it much more room than that. So at this point, I think I'm probably going to go to break even. Profitable day either way. This will be my last trade, and hopefully we can just get a break up. I think once we break this high, I'm going to consider getting my stop below the bar. We've got this tiny little volume area here that we can use as protection. Basically this area here. Use that as protection if we get a pop through. We're really at that point now where we should be looking to have a bit of an aggressive move up. Dicey, there we go. So I'm just going to jam that right up. There we go, that's fine. We got the break, but again, volume was quite low testing into this. And in terms of price has moved up just vertical. So we've had this monster move up. It'll potentially continue to go higher, but I don't want to, don't want to give a lot back. It's potentially we could have quite a decent retrace before a challenge, like a retest, and go higher. So 439, I'm gonna lock myself out. That's a good day.